Okay, opening meeting, the meeting is being recorded, monthly meeting, November 19th, 2020. Actually, we met, executive session was held November 19th, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. to discuss personnel. Okay, let's move on, pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Approval of minutes from the monthly meeting, October 15th, 2020.
I make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Approval of the minutes from the workshop meeting held on October 15th, 2020. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried to approve the workshop meeting on the 15th, 2020. Okay, visitors' comments? I think as far as that, we just
Christine put an email in.
email.
You want me to
Everybody
read
got a
it?
copy of that.
Yeah.
It'll be short visitors' comments then.
Okay.
But, you want to read it or you want James?
She was, it's just, I'll just
Yeah.
paraphrase it, she's asking, she sent the correspondence the last meeting and asked it to be included in correspondence. Did it get included in correspondence?
Yes, it's on the
Okay,
on the
so it's listed in
correspondence.
correspondence for this month.
Yep.
She asked for a written reply to her correspondence. When would she expect to receive that?
That's from you supervisors.
Right, from the supervisors. I don't know if anybody intends on giving her
I
a
don't,
written
I think
reply.
an email was satisfied.
I sent back saying that the
Yeah,
one
that
that
was-
she sent me. I mean, that's your guys' opinions, what she's asking for, but she had sent me an email asking if they were if they scheduled another workshop between the three. And I sent back, there's nothing scheduled, the water and sewage are supposed to get together and do their own workshop.
Which we proposed at January 1, but, so we can actually, our December meeting, we can, if we're gonna have one.
I don't know after New Year.
That's what I said, we're not, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't, I remember reading it, I have to look at it again, but I don't think there was a lot to respond to as far as what she was asking, other than things that were basically covered at the meeting. Won't be in person at the meeting, the minutes do not show answers to visitors' questions, only the questions. Okay, due to COVID-19 and social distancing not being possible at the township building, when too many visitors attend, I cannot attend your meeting in person. There is a safety concern when meetings are in the garage too. I suggest you consider and perhaps discuss these matters. And I think that we kind of touched on that last meeting about possibly using that Burndale building if we need more room, if this progresses any further than it's been for the last couple. Who is it? Joe?
Yeah.
Like these people don't know.
There's a sign right out there.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I'll look back at what she wrote, maybe we'll include something.
It's stapled to the back of that.
Oh, it is?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
I haven't prepared an answer for her yet, I guess that would be one thing I could say. And that's the only email we have for visitors' comments?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to approval of the bills. Go through them, anybody has any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the bills in the amount of $57,096.61.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried to approve the bills for the amount of $57,096.61. The treasurer's report.
The general fund as of October 15th was $179,518.89. Balance as of November 19th was $182,616.68. State fund balance as of October 15th was $141,294.36. Balance as of November 19th was $108,311.77. Pliget balance as of November 19th was $13,991. Capital Reserve balance as of November 19th was $126,204. State Fund CD balance as of November 19th was $40,532. General Fund balance as of November 19th was $84,963. Total deposits for the month were $27,194. I did do a transfer from State Fund into General Fund of $33,000.
Any questions on the treasurer's report?
I was just looking, the tax claim from the county came in, and the DCNR payment in lieu of taxes finally came in.
Yeah.
And the recorder of deeds, getting some money from the other entities finally, it takes all year. Okay.
Okay, correspondence.
J Township Water Authority meeting minutes, J Township Sewerage Authority meeting minutes, but they didn't have their meeting due to no quorum. But I did get the
For
meeting
the
back.
sewage.
For that, yeah.
Okay,
L County Commissioners meeting minutes and Christine Gavazzi letter to supervisors.
which we,
And sewage rescheduling that, or?
They're gonna do a double meeting in December.
okay. Road maintenance, equipment maintenance reports. Look at that real quick.
I think we need to remind Ronnie to go down and check on Pine Avenue as this, and those other streets down there as this progresses, to make sure they're filling in those cuts
Because
and keeping them filled in.
Today-
Until they get some and Franny said they put some patch on it
yeah.
today, but I don't know how much of it. Have you?
I just seen where they're coming from Ash Street towards 255. When I went by, they had it blocked and I seen it, put it in there. But like I said, this morning when I come through, that's when I noticed that equipment on Chestnut, so. And then when I stopped down here, I said, better go down, keep an eye, at least drive down once a day and see what's going on.
I went down today, they were patching,
Okay.
pretty cut up though.
Yeah, it's, well, all we can do is keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move into old business. Flood issues, Kersey Run.
It's, what, Tuesday now?
Tuesday, what time? They never really, was it 9 o'clock, the
I think
original?
it was 9 AM that
Okay.
they could recommit to that for
I will- I'll
assume
shoot
it's gonna
an
be 9
email.
AM. Eli Long and Bob Barron and
Kate.
And Kate from Conservation Office. We're gonna be up here to, look at that site at Assalone's, like between Victor's.
So that's for sure the 24th.
Yeah, at 9 AM. And
We
they-
meeting here?
we'll meet here at the building and then we'll go over and get a look at it. They wanna look at it for permitting reasons, and then there's another round of funding coming available. They have to apply by January for that round of funding through the Fish and Boat again. So that's why they're coming up now to this meeting, so Eli can put a proposal together for the grant. So, and that would just probably be that specific site only, cause it's a larger expense. I think they estimated that somewhere.
So we're
in
not
30.
doing anything up past the fire. This is just for.
Well, we can talk to them about
Oh,
it past the
okay.
fire hall. Beyond that, we have to have property owners.
Yeah,
But we
That-
can't find that property owner above
You
Hutton.
need a tax ID or something, cause Jimmy
It's-
don't know.
yeah. It's supposed, Gunner's one that said she was, is there a daughter or Claire's daughter? Oh, she's probably like 80. She's supposed to be a free bird that lives down Toby.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know if that's,
And this house is where?
This isn't even a house. It's the land right
after Joanne's.
right after Joanne Hutton when you're going towards Burnham.
Oh, okay.
And before that trailer, before Fuzzy Gardner's old house there, there's a vacant piece of land in there, but it's really messed up from the floods, and we just haven't ever been able to get a landowner to sign off on doing any
You
work.
get a chance tomorrow. Call Kathy over Fox.
So nobody pays taxes on it, or we don't know?
Well,
And ask her if
Jimmy
she
looked up
knows
the
a
tax
free
number. It
bird
says
down
owner
Toby
not
that was
known.
originally
Freeberry?
Freeburg.
Maybe
If she-
nobody's paying taxes.
She
on
might
it.
know, I mean, she's been there over, she
The
might,
man that-
if there's a
the woman that
Freeburg
owned
that
it,
was
man
an
passed away for
Anderson
Sure, and we don't know if the
that
woman
lived
passed
in the
away or
valley
she's
one
at
time,
home
her
or something.
parents
girl?
did. Yeah, it's supposed to be well,
Okay.
Gunner won't be here tomorrow, Friday.
That lives in
Irma Freeburg, I think it is.
Well, that was Irma Anderson was the lady's name that we were looking for.
Yeah. But it's supposed, well, maybe it isn't Irma, I don't think, well, there's people do,
Yeah.
could be.
Um,
Just call, maybe she can help us out.
Yeah, we're still trying to track them, but they definitely wanna look at that site there, and if we have anything else in mind, that's what, he said, while they're here, let's talk about it. Cause he's putting it together, but that site was like 30-some thousand, if you remember, what they wanna do there
Yeah.
was a really big
And
project.
which we knew,
so-
now we have different property owners there at Aslam.
Right, and I did tell him that, and we'd have to
Yeah.
get the new paperwork signed, but I think that they'll be, from what Benovich has said, that they already informed him of it, and they were in favor of getting it fixed up, so I don't think that they'll hesitate to sign, but you know how that goes. too,
Yeah,
so-
until we talked about
Right.
it. Okay, we good on that?
Yeah, that's good for that.
Let's move in, combining the water and sewage boards,
I just put on the website that we're just tabling that. for
tabling
tonight. There's
that,
nothing
and
much to
see if
talk
we
about.
get, possibly after the first of the year, we can have another workshop.
Right.
Okay, the Caledonia Pike Bridge,
Ah, what do you got?
They sent the report. I sent it to Brian. If you guys want a copy of it, I'll make you. It's,
I mean,
You emailed
wait, I
me.
don't need it now, I mean,
Were they
I don't
satisfied
know
with
if I
what
did.
was
I might have
done?
copied
Yeah, I think
you on
emailed
it.
to me, yeah,
Yeah,
well, make me a copy, I'll get it, I
Okay.
mean, I'm not,
yeah.
okay.
Brian Eads is gonna have to do the repair detail. I talked to this guy,
it's Tom.
Joe Gatto or whoever we dealt
Tom's
with.
the one we talked to that day.
Oh, I have a card for Joe. It was the guy
He's
we
the
met
one-
on the bridge.
Oh, was
He's the
that Joe?
inspector,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I got his
And,
other card here then, oh. Yeah,
said-
that's Joe, okay.
He said, well, we can give you a price on giving you a repair detail, but usually you use your own engineer. So I called Brian, and he said, yeah, that's usually the way it works. He said, but he kinda offered to give it, and he said, I was just keeping my mouth shut in case he gave us one for free, but he didn't. Okay, so Eads is gonna have to put the repair detail together. They have this, right, Jamie? You sent this to them.
yep,
He said, it's not like, anything out of the ordinary for a repair detail for that. So he said, it won't be expensive, but they'll have to develop one out of their bridge office.
Any luck with the locating the truck?
He was gonna follow up through with his bridge inspecting, like they're not in the same office. They have a division that does bridge inspection stuff and find out where they could get a truck, rent a truck, etc. So he's supposed to be, Brian is supposed to be working on that. We need to follow up with him on it. And then as far as, he was gonna get me some prices on that repair detail once an estimate of what the repair would cost. And he encouraged us to follow up with the county for some of that Act 13 money for bridges that they have set aside for that repair. And at the time, he said, talk to Fritz, maybe she could pull some weight on the DCED grant, since she used to work for Gobler and knows a lot of the players involved, you know what I mean? So, he's supposed to get back to me, I'll follow up with him. But until then, we're stuck with that one lane, you know what I mean?
I think we should be getting those signs too.
they're already up.
Oh,
I
they're
gotta
already
go-
up?
Yeah, I gotta
Oh,
go
good.
down
Have we got any
tomorrow.
complaints about the one lane?
No, I'm surprised.
No call.
We would've probably had some tonight.
Did we get the signs
Well,
back?
not from
from Sa-
I think
Yeah,
they brought
they have
them
them here?
back, I'm not sure.
Yeah, make sure we get them back to St. Mary's. I can tell Kevin.
Okay.
Just remind Ronnie
Okay.
or Orly tomorrow.
So that's about it for the bridge right now, because we do have the grant already submitted. He said though, any calls we could make that, to our representatives that would help that out, and I explained to him that Gobler and Scarnati are leaving office. They're literally, done tomorrow? Isn't it November the 20th that the
Is that when it is?
legislature changes out? And he said, well, that's not gonna, might as well wait for the new guy, so we should hit Arminetti up.
Yeah.
And who was Dush.
Dush.
Once they get settled in for a week or so, cause the decisions on that are in January, so sometime in December, we should be talking to Arminetti and Dush about trying to push that. And he said that he could even explain to them that it's further deteriorated since we applied, He was gonna look at, trying to resubmit to the grant people, a write-up about how much
Oh,
it's
okay.
dropped since
Oh,
then.
okay.
Yeah, so we're working on it, I don't know if we're gonna you know, where we're getting, but we're getting there.
I don't know, would, like Armanini now, would he move into Matt's office there, or would he reload? How's that work?
It's his choice.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
if he wants to use that office or it's somewhere different.
Oh, okay, cause he lives at Treasure Lake.
Well, and Matt always had one in DuBois and one in St. Mary's. I
I'm
assume
sure
he'll
he
keep-
should.
He might have one, you know, Ridgeway and one in DuBois, you just don't know, you know what I mean?
Okay, we're gonna, okay.
Yeah, now, the bridge, when we get the repair detail, if we can get some funding from the county, or even if we have to use our own, depending on the weather and the time frame, Brian said that they'd like to try to get it done this year or early January if we can get everything pieced together, you know what I mean, to get it done, if the weather cooperates.
Okay.
That way we don't have to keep that bridge down to one lane like that. That'll let us get back up to at least 16 ton, if not, maybe even get the tonnage raised some more, he said.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, good on that. Move on, ordinance update.
Oh, we got DCNR coming.
Oh, I'm sorry, pass, yeah, DCR Caledonia Pike Road. We haven't heard nothing.
Nothing.
It's everything on their
Yeah.
side with their attorneys, so.
Yep.
Our side's done there.
So we met with them, what, May, June?
Oh, it's been longer
Oh,
than that. I
before
think.
that was before the corona.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
met with them like probably right after you came in the door, right?
Yeah,
So,
that was with Heck.
maybe we need to follow up, Jamie.
Do you want me to email staff and see if she,
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's the one that sent the stuff over to
Correct.
them to
Yeah.
be reviewed, just to see if she can
Yeah,
put a
let her-
courtesy email or letter
Just shoot
over
her.
to them, just, hey, where do we stand on this? Okay.
They're probably in the same boat like Darren is with the
Yeah,
state, you know.
that work is moving slower than ever thanks to 2020.
Okay, we good on that?
Yep.
Okay, ordinance update,
Nothing that.
nothing
this time.
changed there.
Right.
The 2021 budget,
I just need a motion to approve it.
okay.
You had it out for viewing, nobody commented on
Nobody.
anything.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the 2021 budget for Jay Township?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried to approve the 2021 budget. Okay, code enforcement officer, which we discussed that in executive session. We did have 2 candidates. Now, do we need a motion?
The 2 candidates were,
Nancy Roseman and Justin Arnold.
right, they
Which
both
we-
interviewed.
Both were interviewed. We-
We had a 3rd interview scheduled, they didn't show up,
Yeah.
so
It's down to them 2.
I'll make a motion for Nancy Roseman.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried to hire Nancy Roseman as our code enforcement officer. And I think if there's any issues, we can probably fall back on our second candidate.
Yeah, they both did really well in the
Yep.
interview, and I think that either one of them would do a good job.
You can get a hold of her, then we'll figure out how we're gonna proceed. Okay. Move on, new business, assessment permit.
Do we wanna, before we move on there, do we wanna assign some sort of hourly wage to that?
Oh,
You know, we talked about mileage for a personal vehicle.
yeah.
I know that she didn't want an exorbitant amount of money from the way she sounded in the interview, so, I mean, what are you guys thinking? I know we didn't really touch on that much.
I'd say 20, 25 would be fair.
I mean, that's where we're kinda talking.
Yeah, we're-
2025, and then figure mileage for the vehicle. what,
I mean,
20
it's-
in mileage for personal vehicle, or what do you think? I'm just throwing stuff out there.
I'm thinking, cause I'm looking at, what we pay our workers, which is under the rate there of 20. I mean, I think,
Well, it is, but
yeah.
they've also got full-time benefits, which comes out to
Exactly,
like
yeah.
almost $30 an hour when you factor in all of that, you know what I mean?
I don't know, I'd approach her and, say, okay, we're looking at $20 an hour plus mileage and,
That's really it. This is an hourly rate, and
The mileage.
and the mileage goes by your state mileage.
Is that?
yeah, it just
okay.
goes by your IRS
Okay.
mileage. you have mileage
I
forms
got
in
it.
there, so just like give her one and tell her to keep track. Well, I mean, we'll have to discuss all this with her, but that's what she would do.
Okay.
Is track the mileage.
And far as, I think too, I don't think between either her, if we end up going to the second candidate, say she, I don't think they're gonna turn around and say, well, I put 15 hours of my own time in on this.
Right.
Well, no, it's
I mean,
gonna be
we're
kind of the honor
And I
system, we
think
kinda
it'll
discussed
be the
that.
discretion, you come back, okay, you went to John Doe's house, I spent an hour plus an hour on my personal, but when you come and say, I had 23 hours on this case, which
Right.
I don't think we're gonna have an issue there.
It's gonna be, like when Russ was here with us and said, you're gonna get so many, maybe a couple hours into the initial, and then a couple hours into the follow-up, and
Yeah.
then depending on whether it gets resolved or not, that could be it. Or if it ends up going to court, then you've got that other
I mean,
layers of stuff.
between us three, we're gonna oversee it.
Right,
too.
yeah, no,
So
she'll be
that's, I think that
Checking
should
in with us along the way is definitely, I mean, it's new to everybody, so I think there's gonna be some learning.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna be a lot of new stuff to us here.
I think 20 is fair enough, or.
I
With
tell
the
you,
mileage, I think it's
and
a-
mileage. And she can come in here and use whatever we have there if you need to,
She said she had pretty much everything to use at home, but she's got,
I got the
obviously
letterhead.
our full
Yeah.
support here between the
Yeah.
secretary and us and getting things done, so.
No.
I'll make a motion for $20 an hour plus mileage for use of personal.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried, to hire Nancy Roseman at $20 an hour plus the mileage.
And just Jamie, follow up with her tomorrow or Monday, whatever.
If
and
she
make
has
sure that-
any issues.
Make sure that she's gonna accept it, number
Yeah.
one, and then, we'll get things figured out from there.
I'll give her a call tomorrow and see if she wants to come in Monday. And
If she has
even if she
any
wants some of my stuff.
any
copies or
questions,
whatever.
and we probably some morning meet with her. if
I
she
won't
wants.
be here till Tuesday.
No, I meant like on
I'm
my, I meant on
going
my
too.
terms, like if she wants copies of stuff and,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we're ready for new business?
Yes.
Assessment permit. Okay.
There's my-
Regina Dunshire, 17639 Venice Valley Highway, the storage shed 12 by 20, foundation none, wood frame, no no wastewater, which has been there for about 4 months. So. But, okay.
Alright.
Arnold Leahy, 295 River Road, Weedville. So I have a 24 by 26 metal building, garage. No water, no sewage.
Anything on the back?
Yeah, that's right across from Barb and Ted's, next to Denise.
Oh, I know where they're at, I just wondered
Yeah.
where he was putting it.
Well,
Oh, he's got the lines marked, that's good.
yeah,
Water line, not gonna be on the water line.
be behind Denise's then.
Yeah.
Joe McLean, looks like 2115 or 2165 Mount Zion Road. Camp, 20 by 40, foundation pole, non-wood structure. Description of present building, a wooden pavilion, 20 by 40. No water, no sewage.
It was the pavilion that he made
He
into a
enclosed it?
camp.
Oh, he
Okay.
already did it?
Oh, yeah, it's been up.
Where's this at?
Up
Across
Mount
from
Zion,
the old farm?
Yeah, where Sue Burke lived, that's where he's at, right?
Yeah.
So it's already there, huh?
Mhm.
You get a lot of those.
Okay, Timothy Kraus, 251 Elm Street, Weedville. Same, a storage, 32 by 14, a block foundation, cement floors were already there. Type of construction, wood. 32 by, no water, no wastewater. Actually, that's up, we put the double wide in, 3 years ago, I think, or something. We're at Nesnesky across from Maloney Tire.
Oh,
Next to
Nick.
There's a guy that was taxidermy?
Jeff, yeah,
Doing
yeah.
taxidermy?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, that's another one's been here a couple months.
Well, I didn't see anything wrong with any of them, except some of them, you know, built before they permitted.
Yeah, that's, I don't know, it's,
I'll make a motion to approve all the assessment permits.
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried to accept all the assessment permits.
Jamie, what happened with the other one, the, up on Peach Street?
Oh, Peach Street,
Oh, okay.
so, let me grab my
And
file.
you know, actually, the other day I went through there, there's a shed behind their place. I don't know how big it is. Well, 10 by 10 you have to get.
Yeah, it's 10 by 10 or.
I don't know, I mean, I just broke, you know,
Okay. I emailed him back and said, they gave me this page now that it's gonna go behind. And,
Oh, it's going directly behind the house
Yeah.
now?
originally it was
Yeah.
going over
oh,
here.
I didn't have my copy.
Now it's going this way,
Yeah.
but they're supposed to,
Well,
what,
this is Peach Street, so
This
this
is
is the
new.
house.
and that's
So
the
it's
one they
new-
wanna put in.
okay.
Yeah, that's the new one.
And they wanna put a breezeway, right?
Yeah, so,
And
and
it
the,
don't show it on,
but he's saying that, that the homeowners are gonna take care of the breezeway, the porches, the sewage tap and all this stuff. I replied to him and said, after talking to my supervisors, the drawings must show the breezeways. You must have, the sewage tap, and I said, and I am backup secretary for the sewage, so I know that they have not contacted the sewage. So to do this, I said, all this stuff needs to be done before they will issue the assessment permit. And I've been keeping a paper trail.
And Zach,
Zach, everything's on hold. Zach is, until he hears from me saying that you guys approved it, it's to
yeah,
stop.
because it's two dwellings.
yeah, and all they wanna do is attach them, that's what it's
Yes.
gonna come out to
And
be.
Right,
after,
they're gonna run a breezeway between, from one to the other, so they're saying it's just an addition.
One building.
Yeah.
But a breezeway, that
no,
doesn't make it an addition.
no, because talking to sewage, they have to tap on to a new tap. Talking to Patrick, he goes, no, they're gonna have to tap on.
They're trying to
Yeah.
get
Well, that's what
around.
I said, too. That has
Yes.
to go through water and sewage before we can
Yeah,
approve
I've
it.
already,
So that's on,
Yeah.
and Ed from, what's the vendors selling a home?
that's who I've been dealing with.
Uh,
What is it, Valley Homes?
Valley Home, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Just
said, we ain't
wondered
doing
why it
nothing.
wasn't in there, I didn't know if you got anywhere, but it looks like you're, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, until we ain't doing nothing with that. Okay, move on, Louisville truck and miscellaneous equipment, we talked about putting out for bid.
They have, this is the
What
two
did
things.
he add to the miscellaneous equipment?
The old snow plow off the Amish hauler. The frame and the plow itself, I think it's an old Myers.
Right. And that's it?
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's about it, I think.
Okay. Now, the Louisville, I did some online snooping, and they were selling $2,500 to $3,200 without a plow.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I said, I mean, he doesn't like that plow, so he's sticking it on the truck and wants to put it out with the plow, but if we would happen to need a plow, I mean, we can put it out with the plow,
But we're gonna have to
we're-
minimum bid.
we definitely wanna put a minimum bid on it, you know what I mean?
Okay.
The old blue Ford went for $350 when we put it out, but the transmission was in the bed of the truck, and we put it out there as is. This truck runs, it's not inspected, but it could be, you know what I mean, with just, I don't even know if it needs anything to get inspected, you know, maybe a
Oh,
brake.
it probably
you know
needs
what I mean?
something.
But it's not like it's not running, you know, start right up and run, you know what I mean? That's what, in that year range, 95, 96, 97, they're selling anywhere from 2,500 to 3,200 that I saw online, without a plow, a lot of them without a dump bed. A lot of them are just plain no body, no truck body on them at all, or maybe an old tanker or something like that on them.
Yeah,
But that, working dump is worth something too. I think, my own opinion, I think we should at least have a minimum bid of $2,000. I mean.
just the truck itself.
Well, I mean, whether you wanna put the plow on it or not, I think we should have a minimum.
Oh.
What are we willing to let it go for, you know what I mean? I don't wanna say 500, it's not gonna go for
Oh.
500.
No,
Do you think 2,000 is too little with the plow on it? Do you wanna, pump it up. We paid like $3,000 for that plow. Now it's been repaired several times since then. And they never liked it because it lays over too far, they say, when they plow, but it always moved the snow. It just works differently than the other plows they're used to working with.
Well, if they're going from 25 to 32, we should at least get minimum bid of 2,000.
That's the truck without the plow, you know what I mean? Maybe somebody doesn't want the plow, but I mean,
I would say minimum 2,500 with the plow without
$2,000.
$2,000.
that works for me.
I mean,
So are we doing, if they just want the truck, it's 2,000 and
Minimum bid.
and then with the truck and the plow, it's 25?
Yep.
Okay.
now, do we have to put that advertised minimum on it? Cause somebody might come around and say, here's 4,000 for it. I mean, do we have to?
Well,
But if we put right to
You
reject
can
any
put,
and all bids.
yeah, I mean, we're sitting here in a public meeting talking about it,
Yeah.
so anybody that wants to get the recording can get
Yeah.
those numbers, but, we could put minimum bid, if minimum bid is not met, we reject the
Right,
bid,
yeah,
you know what I
okay.
mean, like,
That's all.
you don't have to actually put the number on there, but it's gonna save the people that are gonna try to come in and get it for nothing.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's the unfortunate part, that's a functioning truck, it's definitely worth every bit of that, so we don't wanna give it away,
Oh,
you
no.
know? What's your thought?
So when I advertise it, do I put minimum bid, like, you can't go below $2,000 for this truck, it has to be 2,000 and over? I've never done that
See, that's
before.
what
Yeah, just call PSATs and ask them to
Okay.
clarify it, but you might have to list it, you know.
Okay,
Just make sure we have a right to reject any and all.
yeah, that's on
that's
all of them,
right.
yeah,
Almost
okay.
any.
Yeah, because if we don't get anything over that minimum, well then we can list it on, municipal bid or somewhere like that and try to get rid of it as
Okay.
well.
Which actually we did get one bid already.
Right, or, and if you put it out to bid and you don't get a minimum bid, then we could debate if it comes in slightly under, we could say, well, what do we wanna do here, you know? But yeah,
Just
talk to
state-
PSATs about the minimum bid and the bidding process, because they'll be able to,
Bids to be in by our next meeting, December, whatever that's gonna be.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh, and then there, the other one is just the plow from the GMC
the plow with the frame.
and the frame,
Yeah.
which is a homemade job, yeah, I think that frame, isn't it?
I don't know, I don't think it is.
No? Okay.
I think it's
Well,
a Myers plow.
That we put a minimum on that at all or not? I don't even know what, it's a fiberglass plow, I don't know what they even go for, to be honest with you, or what, I don't know if it works. The controls and stuff with it yet, or is it
Yeah,
just?
I think it did work, yeah.
I mean, it did, I remember it leaked fluid and they'd have to fill it up once in a while, but I don't even know if the controls are with it now.
Yeah, I think
They're still with it?
yeah.
I don't know, you want a minimum on that, or you just wanna see what we get?
This, I would say, see what we get.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
covers that. Okay, next on new business, Fox Township is selling their 1994 Champion grader. And we were informed, which we did go over and look at it. If we're interested, we want to put a price,
What'd you say the hours were on it, Rick?
44.30 or something.
Yeah, I said 4,400.
Yeah.
Can I have my paper back, please?
Yeah, it's no, it's an A, whatever, if you want to.
And they were kind enough to tell us what they, were offering on the trade, which was,
They're getting a Caterpillar from Cleveland Brothers, excuse me, and they offered them $25,000 on a trade. So if we're interested, we want to get a figure, X amount of dollars that we're willing to put out for
Need
it.
water? I said, you need some water?
Need a beer, really.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're gonna have to go 25,000 or higher,
Yeah.
you know,
If you want to put, it's a 736A, is actually what it is, 94 Champion grader, model 736A.
and you kinda priced them out that day we were talking, and they're roughly in that 25 to 30,
to,
32,000 was the most we saw somebody pay for, but they had a lot.
some had a lot of hours.
Some had a lot of hours and some didn't, but that was still the price range for that. Years and models roughly we were looking at. It's tough to price out the used stuff like that, but, I think we could go up to 30,000 and be in the ballpark, don't you? I mean, I'm not saying make the offer of 30,000, somewhere from
Let's-
25 to 30, we could approve to.
I think let's make an offer, cause when I talked to Randy, when I called him back, and I said, do you need, you know, what kind of dollar figure? He said, no. He said, Jamie can email it tomorrow. Then, you know, if they say, okay, we're good with that, then we can actually put it on paper or whatever too.
Why don't we try 26.5?
I think,
They said they talked,
Uh,
if the supervisors wouldn't agree with
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, if we're here, say let's approve to
Cause we
spend
did that with the
the
one,
25 that we know we have to spend up to $30,000, as far as an approval from the meeting tonight.
Right, but that's not, you're not gonna offer them the 30.
No, we
No.
can offer them, like you said, let's start at 26.5.
do we wanna do maybe, do a little bit more, 27.5 or 28 halfways?
Yeah, I mean, that's the question, you don't wanna lose it, it sounds like they're willing to negotiate. Tonight, while we're having a meeting, we have to have an approval for a top number, you know what I mean, the most we're gonna spend on it.
Let's, do we make a motion to approval to spend in a ballpark of $25,000 to $30,000 on this 94 grader?
I make a motion.
I'll
Second,
second it.
all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried to spend between $25,000 to $30,000 on the Fox grader. Do you wanna do a halfway mark and see what they come back with?
Yeah, I would shoot somewhere there in the middle, what would be 27.5.
27.5, 28?
I'm good with 27.5, let's try that.
Okay.
Let's offer 27.5, and see where that gets
Email
us.
them, tell them we're offered 27.5 if
Who
that's,
am I emailing?
probably,
Is this from Fox?
Fox Township.
Okay.
yeah.
So.
That's all.
It'll go probably to
Secretary.
Kathy,
Got it.
then she'll go
Okay.
to Randy
Yeah,
and,
because it's
Got
township to township, what makes this nice is we don't have to go out through the bid process and need it today, so hopefully that is better than their
Okay.
trade-in offer that
Well,
they'll
it's
take it, and if they come
2,500
back and
more.
say
and,
they want more, then,
you know, just put on there, this is our offer, and if it's negotiable, maybe they say, well, we want 29. I mean, not like this is our final offer,
No,
cause that's,
no, I'll
remember
word it,
on the
this
one Ridgeway truck, same thing,
right.
so.
Take
Take care of that, okay. Now, he said, maybe, like I said, they might say, okay, you can have it for 30, and it's in our budget, or, which we're okay in our
Yeah, they might
budget.
take what we offer.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we'll be
2,500 more than,
We'll be using capital reserve
so
funds.
we're good on that
and there's
for us,
126,000 in there right now, so.
and money will be coming too.
And then if we can get it, hopefully down the road, we can peddle ours off to somebody else, you know what I mean, we don't need two of them.
No,
Now, we
no.
can ask, Benizet Township,
We'll see where we get
See what
with Fox
happens,
first, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, we were over there, and they're also, just like he said, they call us back and say they'll take it or whatever they, say, okay, we can set up something between Ronnie and Orley, if they wanna, they said they'll bring it down here on any of our roads, or go out the mountain out there, they can, play around. Which, like I said, that right front wheel sill was leaking, which Randy said that'll be
they're gonna fix it,
repaired.
yes.
Tire chains will go with it, like I said, that plow they have on the front, they're keeping that. And those carbide cutters on the blade, if it don't work on their new one, we
We
get
get
them,
that, too.
yeah. And any extra stuff goes
Yeah.
along with it too.
Any extra parts,
Yeah.
filters,
Alright. Sounds like a good
So
deal.
we're putting,
We can
how
get
much,
it.
20, our bid,
27.5?
27.5, okay. Like I said, they come
We'll
back.
offer 27.5, we
Yeah.
approved to pay up to 30, so they
Yeah.
don't need to know that. They don't need to know that part,
No.
just the
Just-
offer, yeah.
negotiable.
Well, it's 2,500 more, so. And they can't, I can't see how can Cleveland Brothers come back and say, well, we'll give you 28. They can't play that game. They already made their,
Well, they can, but then Fox could come back to us and say that, I think, you know, hopefully they wanna be generous township to township,
Yeah.
help each other out, you know.
but I didn't know once they made a trade agreement, you know, that they can just play like a car dealer back and forth.
Well, I'm sure they can, like if he wants to sell that badly enough to whoever Jefferson paid.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, need a motion to adjourn? Okay. I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Do you have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried for adjourn. Well, nice meeting, 7:37.